Business Muslim Honest Perspective toward Islamic Estate Planning.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nayli binti Azmi and my matrix number is 1190793.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Syarahana Darzi, matric number 1190817.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Fazilah binti Hasan. My matric number is 1190818.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Imani binti Mohd Dit and my matric number is 1190823.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nur Asma binti Rusli, matric number 1190824.
Okay, introduction. Islamic estate planning is a crucial part of the wealth management cycle of a Muslim. Also, it is the act of writing wills or distributing and disposing of someone's wealth or property in accordance with Sharia law upon death. There are various estate planning instruments that will aid in the distribution of the deceased wealth. Wasiyah, hibah, fara'id, and wakaf are among them. These instruments have their own functions and rules in how to divide wealth according to Sharia principles. Firstly, wasiyah is the declaration of a person made during his lifetime with respect to his property or benefit, to be carried out for the purpose permissible by Islamic law after his death. The hukum of making wasiyah depends on the conditions of the owner of the property, and it can be sunnah or recommended and sometimes can be wajib. Next, hibah is the granting ownership of property from one party to another without any consideration, that occurs during the life of a hibah provider, made voluntarily, not meant to glorify anybody, and given by reciting an ijab and qabul or any such expressions. In other words, hibah means gift. Other than that, wakaf or Islamic endowments. Wakaf is holding certain property and preserving it for the confined benefit of certain philanthropy and prohibiting any use or disposition of it while with the objective of getting closer to Allah. It is one of the institutions that can help people in need, poor and needy, while getting closer to Allah. Lastly, fara'id. According to the term Sharia, fara'id is the division of the property of a Muslim who has died and did not leave a will before his death. Fara'id is essential and should be learned by every Muslim in order to avoid disputes and arguments among inheritors or beneficiaries.
Alright, next I will continue on result and analysis for this study. Alright, under the result and analysis, there are 4 sections where section 1 is talking about the experience of estate planning. Section 2 is talking about the factors of estate planning behavior. Meanwhile, section 3 is an open-ended question, and the last section is talking about the personal details of our respondent. Right, I will continue on the section 1 where it study about the respondents' experience on estate planning. Alright, as you can see on the table shown in the screen, you can see that there are little difference in the answer given by 2 respondents, and this difference help us measure their knowledge and awareness about Islamic estate planning. Alright, let's analyze the findings of our study. Right, as for Mr. Mohd Dit 57 years old, which is our first respondent, he stated that he doesn't register to any estate planning products such as hibah, wasiyah and wakaf, but he is aware of the importance of estate planning for his oldies, and he already has his own fara'id planning sets for his offspring. Alright, compared to the response from our second respondent, which is Miss Nur Asma, 23 years old, perhaps because of her limited knowledge about the estate planning, and probably because she is 23 years old and new to the business field, it becomes the external factors for her to support the response of not having any estate planning products that she registered to. Right, what we can say about the difference in the answer given is probably because of their experience in life, which influence their decision and thoughts about estate planning. Estate planning is essential in life since it will help individuals and also businesses to plan how all things and affairs that they own will be arranged to be given to the people that they care about. So it would be recommendable for Ms. Nur Asma, our second respondent, to start register and apply for estate planning products to help her secure her business in the long run. Alright, next I will continue on the result and analysis for section 2, which is talking about the factors of estate planning behavior. And under this section, it consists of 5 questions in total, which touch on the several factors of estate planning behavior. Moreover, in learning and understanding the factors of our respondents' estate planning behavior, we employed the Karma rating scale 1 to 10 1 to 10, where 1 represents strongly disagree and 10 represents strongly agree. And the respondents need to answer the question, the statement, based on the rating scale given. And the rating scale 1 to 10 actually help us pursue the intensity of the attitude of our respondents in answering the question given to them in this study. Alright, let's move to the first question under section 2. Based on the table here, we can see that our first respondent, which is Mr. Dit Zakaria, strongly agrees that developing a specific estate plan does make him happy because he will learn and plan for the better of his business affair as well as give the best to his heir. Moreover, he also agrees that planning for an estate plan is important, and for him to have a better plan, he must then carefully choose a good estate planning instrument while developing his estate plan, as it would be very beneficial to him and his loved one. Furthermore, Mr. Mohd Dit Zakaria also add that he accept the fact that it is important to choose a related estate planning product, since he must study first what is the best estate planning product that best fit his situation and also his financial condition. That is all for the result and analysis based on the answer given from our first respondent in question 1. As for Ms. Nur Ashikin, she doesn't require to answer the question under section 2 because she doesn't have any experience in Islamic estate planning. And in conclusion, we can see that based on the responses given by Mr. Mohd Dit, it does portray that he is aware of the importance of estate planning in life.
Next, I will continue for question number 2, which is the factors of respondents surrounding being affected that impacts their behavior towards estate planning. As a result, Mr. Mohd Dit completely agrees that his family and religious being two main factors that drive him to plan for his estate planning. Apart from that, he also declared that friends and culture are the least factors that influence his behavior plan for estate planning, as he rated 3 and 1 respectively on the said factors. As for Ms. Nur Ashikin, she is not required to answer this question. As a conclusion, the closest things around Mr. Mohd Dit, which are his family and his religion, become the major factors that motivate him to plan for his estate planning. For question number 3, the factors of financial influence controlling their behavior toward estate planning, we can see that out of 4 statements in question 3, Mr. Mohd Dit agrees with the 3 statements listed in the question. He mostly agrees that he can have a specific estate planning, and he also believes that his current income allows him to have a specific estate planning. Moreover, the current development of estate planning product nowadays also do encourage him to secure his estate planning. However, our respondent is not agreed that the government encourage him to have a specific estate planning. As for Ms. Nur Ashikin, she also does not require to answer this question. And as a conclusion, we can see that financial influence does give an impact on someone's behavior on having a better plan for estate planning.
Next, I will continue for the question 4. They focus on the respondent knowledge, which leads them towards estate planning. From the result shown above, we can see that Mr. Mohd Dit agrees with all the statements listed in the question. Mr. Mohd Dit strongly believed that the knowledge of Faraid, Wasiyah and Waqaf had encouraged him to have a specific estate planning. However, he was moderate in his belief in Hibah because it was not a very popular product for him. As a result, even he is unfamiliar with Hibah, he believed that he can still have a specific estate planning. Additionally, he said, as a Muslim person, he believed that he should have a knowledge of Islamic estate planning for future purpose. The knowledge of Islamic estate planning will help people, especially Muslim people, how to manage their wealth for future purpose. Not only that, but it also can help people to understand more about the importance of managing wealth. Meanwhile, Ms. Nur Ashikin does not require to answer this question. In conclusion, we can say that knowledge of Islamic estate planning does encourage someone to have a better plan for estate planning. Then, in this slide, which is question 5 in section 2, they focus on the respondent intention towards estate planning. We can see that Mr. Mohd Dit agrees with the 3 statements listed in the question. Mr. Mohd Dit mostly agrees that he intends to plan and have a specific estate planning. He also has it in mind to make sure that he has enough plans for his estate planning. However, Mr. Mohd Dit does not intend to choose a particular estate planning product for his estate planning. It's probably Mr. Mohd Dit strongly believes that each of the estate planning products like Faraid, Wasiyah, Hibah and Waqaf have their own specialization. Mr. Mohd Dit thinks that he should not choose a particular product, but instead get involved in all the estate planning products so he can secure his estate in the future. Meanwhile, Ms. Nur Ashikin does not require me to answer this question. Thus, from the table, we can conclude that after the interview session and survey collected, respondents intend to plan to have a specific estate planning in the future. That's all from me. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
For session number 3, we had distributed 4 open-ended questions for respondents to answer regarding their opinion and comment on the estate planning. From the answer given, we can see there is difference of opinion among the both of respondents. In the point of view, Mr. Mohd Dit on Faraid was hibah and wakaf, he said it is good for the family future. Indeed, his opinion is extremely true because Faraid mainly focus on the division of property to family members. Same goes to wasiah. If no property is bequeathed, then the property must be included in Faraid. Also, hibah can be given to a designated recipient, for example, to a wife or child. Meanwhile, on the point of Ms. Nur Asma's view, she said we should do estate planning because it is one of our maqasid syariah, which is a responsibility to take care of the wealth. Her opinion can be supported as already mentioned in the Quran verse from Surah An-Nisa, verse 11 and 12, which Islam encourage Muslims to do estate planning. Due to estate planning, as mentioned in the Quran, it strongly shows that there are big benefits if we do estate planning for the future. Furthermore, Mr. Mohd Dit said he has an estate planning due to he has wealth. This is supported by his answer in question number 3, which asks his opinion on when individuals should start their estate planning when they reach the age of 60 and above. However, on the point of Ms. Nur Asma's view, she said individuals should do estate planning when they already feel financially stable. Age does not matter on estate planning. If they are still young but they have stable finance, they should do estate planning. Thus, as Ms. Nur Asma does not have stable finance, so she does not have an estate planning yet. For the last question, we asked both respondents to give their comment on the current estate planning product or management in Malaysian perspective. Mr. Mohd Dit said in terms of management, he said it takes a long time. To oppose Mr. Mohd Dit's comment, indeed the management of estate planning might take a long time. However, it is due to a truthness in managing one's property so that there are no irregularity and misunderstanding among both parties. Conversely, on the point of Ms. Nur Asma's view, she comments that this estate planning product is good to implement because it can encourage Muslims to manage their property. It also support her statement earlier, as she mentioned individuals should do estate planning because it is a Muslim's responsibility to take care of their wealth. Now, we'll continue with the explanation on respondents' personal details. Mr. Mohd Dit is a 57 years old and married man. He lives in Besut, Terengganu with his beloved family. He has a certificate in electricity from Institut Kemahiran Belia Negara (IKBN) in Gombadak branch. Although he has a certificate in electricity, he tries to challenge himself as involved in business. Fortunately, he successfully ran a business in the form of an enterprise. He named his business Manis Enterprise. Manis Enterprise is a grocery store business as well as a store that sells pet foods, which operate on every from 8 a.m. until 11 p.m. Manis Enterprise was established in 2016, so we can conclude that Mr. Mohd Dit has been involved in business for more than 5 years. For the second respondent, which is Ms. Nur Asma. Ms. Nur Asma is a 23 years old independent woman. She lives in Nilai Negeri Sembilan. She is a bachelor holder for the course of Law and Sharia from Islamic Science University of Malaysia, USIM. She has a business called Roll Crunch. Roll Crunch is a dessert where the dessert is made from banana. Then it's involved with popiah sheet, fry it together, and after that it on with a different kind of topping such as cheese, Oreo crunch, cornflakes, and chocolate. It tastes good with all toppings being put all together, and that is what Nur Asma enthusiastically serve her customer with such an appetizing and mouth-watering dessert, especially those who have sweet tooth. Roll Crunch is loved by many, thus she only started her business 2 years ago while she is still in her 3rd year of a degree in university. At first, she made the dessert at her house just to eat while having breakfast or hot tea. Then later on, she decided to sell it as she saw an opportunity to gain profit with it. Initially, she sold Roll Crunch in USIM, and as time goes by, so does her business. Now, she already has her kiosk at the student mall, USIM, and she also runs her business around Nilai. Roll Crunch also has an Instagram account that customer can follow for more updates and order Roll Crunch. Okay, lastly, conclusion. In conclusion, estate planning determines how an individual's asset will be preserved, managed, and distributed after death. Individuals plan their estates for a variety of reasons, including preserving family wealth, providing for a surviving spouse and children, funding children's or grandchildren's education, or leaving a charitable legacy. Estate planning is an ongoing process and it should be started as soon as possible as an individual has any measurable asset base. Then, estate planning is necessary for everyone, regardless for whether their assets are valuable or not. Estate planning is crucial for those who have a family and loved ones, as their financial security and comfort are top priority. It is not just for retirees, although people do not tend to think about it more as they get older. It is not just for the wealthy either, although people who have accumulated wealth may think more about how to preserve it. Okay, from the survey, it is shown that Mr. Dit has done Faraid planning, and Ms. Ashikin did not plan any one of them. Maybe it is because she is only 23 years old and still new to the business field. It becomes one of the factors that support her not having any estate product. But both of them are aware and know the advantages of estate planning in life. However, They also have their own reasons why they still do not make this estate planning when it is the right time to make this estate planning, and so on. That's all from me. Thank you.